Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Reachable Outdoors. Today we're going to do a little bit of cooking. I'm going to show you one of my favorite recipes for deer, venison, any kind of ground beef, ground burger. This is one of my favorite recipes. So what we're going to be making today is some venison sliders. So they're bacon venison sliders. One of my favorite meals, very simple. So first what we're going to do is we're going to start out with some bacon. Cut that baby open. Alright, we start out right there. That should be enough for us. So what you want to do with your bacon is you want to take and cut it into some slices. Alright, so what we want is we want to cut this bacon up. I start out just cutting it into pretty small chunks, just about as thin as you can get it, because what you need with this is to make something for your meat to stick to. So the deer burger is super thin, so you need some kind of fat in there that will help your burger stick together. So we're going to use bacon for that, and also it gives it a really good flavor. It tastes like you just put a fresh piece of bacon on your burger. Alright, so once you get the burger cut up into decently thin, then take a small portion of it, because it's hard to do if you got a lot of it, and you want to just kind of chop it up. If you have a grinder, like a meat grinder, then you can use that, and it works probably a lot better than this. But I don't have one, so this works just fine. And you just take and chop it up as thin as you can get it. Alright, so that's already chopped up, so we're going to move it over to the side, get us another chunk. Alright, so we got some bacon cut up here. So now we're going to open our burger. This was a deer that I killed in 2017, I believe it was a doe. So we're going to open that up and then lay it up here on the table. Alright, so we got our burger here. Like I said, this was the deer that I killed in 2017, but it's been in the freezer ever since, so it's not going to hurt anything. I need to try to get rid of it because deer season's coming up, and we're hoping to fill the freezer up. So what you want to do, what I like to do is I like to just take this bacon and I mix it in with my burger, and I just kind of chunk it in there, and then I just mix it up. Just start kneading it in together. And this will be the same as if you just took some burger and grind bacon up in it. It would be the same thing. So, and what that bacon, like I said before, what that bacon does is it just gives the hamburger meat something to stick to while it's cooking. Because if you've ever made deer burger and not mixed in some type of fat with it, it just breaks apart super easy. Which is good if you're making like tacos or some kind of other, ground spaghetti or anything like that that's ground up and that you need it chunked up. But if you're wanting something to stick together, you need some type of filler that's got fat in it, because deer meat, venison, elk meat, anything like that is super thin, super lean, no fat whatsoever in them, which is very healthy. This is not very healthy. So you can cut back on the bacon if you want. You could probably put some type of other fat in there that's a little bit better for you other than bacon, which there's not much that's better for you, but something a little bit healthier than bacon. Now we're going to throw some seasoning in there. So first we're going to start out pink Himalayan salt. Regular salt works fine. I just like the pink Himalayan salt. I just get it good and covered. That's what I like to do. Next, a little bit of garlic powder. Next, some onion powder. Next, this is what we call seasoning salt. I know if you're watching from other places, you may not know what this is, but basically it's just what you put on French fries. Alright, so we're going to put some seasoning salt on here. And last but not least, fresh ground black pepper. And it looks like I put a lot of seasoning on this, but as soon as I mix it up, that's a lot of meat, so you want to make sure you have enough seasoning in there to reach every bit of it. So we're going to mix it up, add a little bit more seasoning, probably not as much as we did last time, just a little bit more. Alright, so let me wash my hands real quick. Alright, so we're going to go hit it with another little bit of salt, another bit of garlic powder, another bit of onion powder, a little bit of seasoning salt, and black pepper to finish it off. And we're going to mix it up one more time. So it smells amazing in here, by the way. All the venison, all the seasonings, the bacon, it's just mixed together. It just smells amazing. And it's going to get smelling even better. So in the pan, what we got is a little bit of vegetable oil and just a little bit of lard. I like that animal fat that's rendered out that helps the flavor of your burger. So I'm going to pat these things out, and then we're going to bring you over here and show you the cooking process. Alright, so keep in mind, we're making sliders, we're not making hamburgers. You could do regular hamburger patties, but I think they taste better when they're just sliders. So we're going to pat out several of them. And if you can't tell, they stick together so much better. See, they're actually sticking together. If that was just venison alone, they would be falling apart. Alright folks, so we got these things patted out. They look amazing. If you can see right there, we got 6 of them patted out. Still got some more left to pat out, but it's about all we can fit in the pan, is about 6 of them at a time. So we're going to make these 6. So we're going to show you how I prepare the venison bacon burgers and how I finish them off and what I top them with. But first we're going to bring you up here and show you the cooking process. Alright folks, so we're going to throw these babies on. I got my grease going right now. You do have to put a little bit of fat and a little bit of something to cook them in, because deer burger, like I said, is so lean. But you don't have to put a lot of it. I like to do mine on medium-low heat, and we're just going to get these things going. They don't take long at all. So. Alright folks, so I'm gonna leave them on that side for about 2 minutes, flip them over, and leave them for maybe a minute, minute and a half, and they should be done. Like I said, the deer burger doesn't take long, especially if you do it on this medium-low heat. You can actually make this a baked burger if you want to. You can put it in the oven, put it on like 400 degrees, and leave it in there for until, if you got a meat thermometer, then leave it in there until. With deer burger, you can get away with, you know, being medium rare, but where you got the bacon in there, you definitely need to make sure that you got to 165. So just to be safe, make sure that you at least get it to 165. So we're gonna, like I said, do this for 2 minutes on this side, and then flip them over and leave them for another maybe 2 minutes on the other side, and then we should be about done. Folks, they've been on about 2 minutes on this side. We're going to flip them and leave them for another about a minute and a half to 2 minutes. Like I said, I like mine a little bit more done. You definitely want to get it to 160. So as long as we're at 160, we're good with the pork. Alright, so while we're waiting on that, we're going to go ahead and get our buns ready. Alright, so we got 4 pieces of cheese right here. We're going to check this real quick with my thermometer and see, make sure we should be right at 160. Alright, so we're almost there. We're almost at 160. We're at about 150. So. Alright, so just a few more minutes, and that's actually good. That's what we want. We want it to be just about done. We're going to throw this cheese on it and let the cheese melt. Alright, so I like to use pepper jack cheese. Use whatever cheese you want. Like I said, it doesn't really matter, but I like pepper jack. It's my favorite. So we're just about done. Like I said, we're going to let that cheese melt just a little bit more, and then we should be right at 160, and we will be good to go. So they should be ready. I'm going to throw it on there, but I am going to grab my thermometer just to make sure, double check. $160, right on the money. I'm gonna make me one real quick. I just want just a little bit of mayonnaise. You can put whatever you want to on it. You don't have to put anything, actually. You can just eat it plain. That's the way my girlfriend likes it. She just likes it plain. So, grab a fork. I like mine with mayonnaise and pickles. Oh man, wow, that is awesome. Alright folks, so go out. These things are awesome, very simple to make. Go out and kill your deer. Go get some roadkill, whatever you gotta do to get you some venison. We'll see you next time.